Hello, welcome to my weekly look ahead video, and it's turning out to be a very busy week. I started on Saturday doing the street surgery at the new Lancing Country Market, helped by the town crier, Bobby Smitherman, who's come over from Worthing to lend his services to Lancing Parish. But all the news has happened today in Lancing because we've had complete out of the blue the news that IKEA is not going ahead with its planned store on the new Monks Farm site. Now, I knew nothing about that until they put out a press release this morning. None of the councillors knew anything about that. Their communications, I'm afraid, have not been very good. I'm quite relieved by that news because I'm a fan of IKEA. I'm not a fan of IKEA on the A27, with the prospect of 2 million customer journeys a year going to IKEA, clogging up what's already a highly congested road in the A27, as we know, let alone all the extra house development that's going on there. I've asked for an urgent meeting with IKEA. I'm speaking to them tomorrow, and it's going to be really important as to what happens to that site and what goes on that site. All the way along, I suggested it would be much better used as a high-tech business park. We've got lots of local businesses, particularly on the Lancing business park, that want to expand, and there's a premium on business space locally. That's an ideal site for that to happen, and rather than have 2 million customers in cars, we have some higher skilled job opportunities and investment coming in there. But we need to consult properly with the local community, and we need to find out exactly what's going on. But it looks like it's not going to be IKEA, so you're still going to have to join the traffic jams to get to the IKEA in Southampton or in Croydon instead. Now, in Parliament, it's been a busy week. We've obviously had the announcement by the Prime Minister that it looks as though the route out of lockdown is going to go ahead on the 19th of July. I know a number of people are still concerned about that, if they are still shielding or if they want to continue using masks. At some stage, we have got to try and get back to some degree of normality, and I will certainly continue to use masks when I'm in heavily condensed situations, and it will be up to individual people to use their own common sense in this, but we've got to get back to some degree of normality. Now, look, in Parliament we've had the police and crime bill, quite a controversial and a large bill. A lot of people have been writing to me about it, mostly about stuff that wasn't in the bill. So in the votes we had on Monday night, there in the end were no votes on changing abortion. I don't agree with any change in the current abortion laws, for example, but we did pass some measures which would clamp down on unlawful encampments, and that's particularly welcome news to people who were affected by the recent incursions we had in Lancing Manor and on Southwick Green. There will be measures to clamp down on really noisy and violent demonstrations as well, without infringing people's right, quite rightly, to demonstrate and to protest. And there are also some measures which the Lord Chancellor is offered to take forward around pet theft and compulsory scanning of the chips in pets when you're buying dogs, and so on as well. Some quite good progress on animal welfare measures too. That bill now goes to the House of Lords, and it will probably come back to us in due course. Other things going on. I've had a seminar this afternoon with Google about school internet safety, and done a presentation for Year 6 kids who are going on to secondary school, and about how we can continue to be safe online and the precautions we need to take. I've done a session with a group of civil society organisations about the experience of the pandemic and how we can best lobby Parliament and get changes in the law, which was really interesting. We've got the dissolution and calling of Parliament bill on Wednesday, which is all about ending the fixed term Parliament's bill, which caused a bit of an upset ahead of Brexit. It was only brought in by the coalition government really because of the nature of the coalition government, and I'm certainly in favour of getting rid of the fixed term Parliament's bill. Otherwise it means the next election will be in December again. That was awful. I don't want ever to have a general election again in the cold, dark, wet nights of December. So that, I think, will go through Parliament. It's the Local Government Association conference I'm going to be part of this week as well. I've got a question at PMQs on Wednesday, first time I come at the ballot for some weeks. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to be asking the Prime Minister. I've got a meeting with the Environment Minister about heritage considerations with a group of archaeologists in the Environment Bill, which is very important that we protect our ancient monuments and sites as part of that legislation. I've got a meeting with the Roads Minister about a shortage of haulage drivers which we need to do something about, otherwise our goods are not going to get shipped around the country. On Thursday there's a lobby by the Palestinian organisations about continuing injustices in the Palestinian territories. We've got a debate on fuel poverty, and on Friday the usual round of briefings around the vaccine and local health services. I've got a meeting with the British Board of Film classification, and I'm visiting a couple of schools which will make a nice change. I'm going to be at a school on Shoreham Beach and in Worthing as well, and then I'm doing a surgery at a new location in Sompting. On Saturday we shall be back in Shoreham for the Farmers Market street surgery as usual, and it's also the Srebrenica Memorial Day at the weekend. A massacre of which too little is heard, and it's quite right that we remember the atrocities that happened in the genocide there as well. So it's a really busy week, but some really important things going on in Parliament, but some really important developments, particularly around Lancing, going on in the constituency. See you at one of my street surgeries.